At power forward, Robert Covington. At center, Yusuf Nurkic. And now your Dallas Mavericks starting five. At the small forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 10, Dorian Finney-Smith. The other forward position, 6 feet.
Hot hand with
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Short rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. Right side Porzingis, and stolen by Lillard. The 3 from McCollum. The shot misses, and it's Dallas the other way. 3-on-3. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game, and boy, it is on display right now.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Here's Doncic after the basket by Yusuf Nurkic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic, and there's the pass to Powell. Lillard against Doncic. Basket good.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Inside, shoots from 12. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Lillard.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots, so when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
Now, here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
All right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Covington wide open. He fires. Buries the long-range jumper.
Robert Covington has put in the time to make himself a long-distance threat.
To the left side wing. Back to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
A different look for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And You know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off. Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Porzingis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Anthony, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Porzingis with the block.
This guy's showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got his second basket of the night.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
The Mavericks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And so he makes both from the line.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here's McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. McCollum's got 6.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He got into double digits. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals.
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard. Redick surveying the D. Feeds to Cauley Stein. No good there. Good work defensively by Anthony. Powell with the steal. Looking for Cauley Stein. He gets it there. Back to Powell. Dallas moving it around. And the wide open shot from Redick. No good on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 3. That's tipped. Stolen by Brunson. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. And for Portland, they're shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Redick with the bucket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
McCollum with the ball. He's got 6. Kicks it to Kanter. Here's Simons. Portland no good that time either. Mavericks leading by 5. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. Portland also making some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Jones. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Cauley Stein passes to... Wow, hammering it in!
How about the finish from Luka Doncic? My goodness, go ahead with the hammer.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Richardson in for J.J. Redick. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Lillard the pass to Powell. The feed now to Nurkic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Richardson.
A physical big. Nurkic embracing, going up and attracting the contact when he's trying to score.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Porzingis is checked in. Lillard against Doncic. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 4 this quarter.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Six on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. They get the rebound.
You just have to love that grit and effort on the glass. No problems battling for the basketball.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. To the paint. And the dunk by Covington.
Well, you have to love an authoritative finish, and Mr. Covington leaves no doubt.
Doncic against Lillard. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Doncic outside. Passes it to Kleber. Back to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Nurkic with the steal. Down low. Powell. That's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
In the corner, it's Richardson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Porzingis with the ball. He's guarded by Nurkic.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Lillard the pass to Nurkic. Nice D from Porzingis.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 14 points and 2 assists. Thanks for joining us.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game it's been so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Here's Doncic. Nurkic with the block. Powell, the pass to Covington. Kicks it out to Jones. He feeds it to Nurkic. Back to Jones. There's the pass to Covington. Fires from the line, and it comes off the front of the rim. The Mavericks leading. Here's Doncic, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Powell kicks to Jones. Lillard from outside. The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit. This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Now Powell. To the middle. Nurkic finds Powell. Back to Nurkic, and stolen by Cauley Stein. And here's the break. Here's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
A different look for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Luka Doncic. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Robert Covington. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Simons, the pass to Cantor. To halt the run. Whistle blows. Bucket. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
And so it's Dallas with it. Powell, the pass to Brunson. Dishes to Cauley Stein. Shot clock at 5. Redick with it. Jones covering. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to McCollum. Inside to the wing right side. Simons. They get it again.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here's McCollum. 9 points in the game so far. Cantor dishes to McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis comes in for Cauley Stein. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Powell's checked in. No good from outside. Dallas leading by 7. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Now, Powell is fantastic at finishing off the drive, wanting to power it down every time.
McCollum up top, covered by Reddick. Here's Simons. Portland again missing.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
I think this is where Powell is really trying to improve, right? Sacrificing his body, taking it right to the defense.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Trailblazers trail by 12. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Powell. They need this. He lays it in. Powell's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
Now here's Reddick. Good if it goes. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Dallas with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. Porzingis with the block, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. It's McCollum with the drive. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Porzingis with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
So good at attacking the defense. At 7'3" and incredibly mobile, Kristaps Porzingis draws the contact.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. But they recover it. Moves back up, and he sinks the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Lillard from outside, traps in the tray.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. Powell with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the ball. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And just willing to take chances defensively pays off in a transition basket.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Porzingis inside, defended by Covington. Porzingis can't hit. Trailblazers trail by 10. Here's Nurkic. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Porzingis, and he lays it straight in. Porzingis has got 8 points here in this quarter.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. He kicks it to Powell. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And they double up Doncic. To the inside, Powell with the steal. And here they come. Here's Lillard. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
And Portland making a change here. Cantor is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Little, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Now here's Little. He's tightly guarded, and Cantor able to finish.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Doncic passes to Porzingis. That's tipped.
Encouraging to see Kanter trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Enes.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Mavericks. And a switch here also for Portland. McCollum's checked in.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip. Drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap. And what a huge sequence that could be.
Wow, a play that might come to define this game.
If anyone wants to know where the momentum turned, that may have been it right there.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, one thing we know, Porzingis is fearless. He had no hesitation on what was a huge basket for them.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 5. There's 48 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Hardaway. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game. Fellas?
Down low, Covington with the steal. McCollum left side. Shoots over Redick. It drops.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
And stolen by Lillard. Now a timeout called by Portland. They trail by 3. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
Can they tie? chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. That, David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And coming to you today from... And before we...
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 4 slot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Now, here's George. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Now here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Oh, well, listen, guys, that was great work, making them pay for the laps on defense.
Here's McCollum. The Clippers getting the bucket and finished off by Nurkic.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Here's Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Good on the second free throw.
Oh, and Jackson is not just a terrific shooter, but a fantastic defender as well, using his great speed on both ends.
The pass to McCollum. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Proving he's not afraid to finish with power. Covington loves to dunk it home.
George looking around. And it's Paul George with the finish.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Now here's McCollum. And a miss there on the triple. Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Leonard against Powell. Shoots over Leonard. The shot by Powell, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
Lillard outside. Portland no good that time either.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Anthony. Zubac with it. 1:46 left in the first quarter of the game. Left side, Leonard. Let's go. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to Zubac. Outside for Rondo. 5 to shoot. A second chance effort. Zubac. And here's Leonard from 3. Here's Zubac. And at last, they get one to fall. Zubac has got his second bucket of the game to go. 1:09 left to play here in the first. Here's Cantor. Simons surveying the D. Here's Powell. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Outside Leonard. He feeds it to Patterson. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Anthony. In the corner, Powell with it. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Patterson. The rebound by Simons. And now Portland on the break. The shot by Powell, no good.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
It's tipped.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. But he's been making a better effort.
And so the... Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing with...
I think it comes from being a...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Rajon Rondo. Marcus Morris is out there with Kennard. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's man in at the shooting guard. Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's Simons, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Patterson. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. And for Portland, they're shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. The shot's good from Cantor.
For a guy that spends so much time in the low post, Cantor is a solid jump shooter. Good rhythm to his catch-and-shoot motion.
Rondo dishes to Patterson. Anthony with the block. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And it's Patterson finishing it off.
I'll tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assistless, incredible career that keeps going.
Pass to Jones. Now here's Cantor. Pass to Simons. Outside, Jones. And he makes good on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Rondo looking around. To the paint. Here's Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
A clever play by Rondo shifts the defense to create a shot for his teammates.
McCollum outside. Passes it to Jones. Outside Anthony. Back to Jones. The pass to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
When you pair Cantor's strong frame with the scorer's mentality, you get a guy that loves it.
Right side Rondo. Goes up from the top of the key. Rondo. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Got that one up quick. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's Rondo. Lays it up off the glass. Rondo's got 7 now in this quarter.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Simons the pass to Cantor. And stolen by Patterson. To the middle. Here's Kennard. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game.
His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
Pass to Mann. He dishes it to Patterson. It's in the bucket for his 4th field goal. Shooting at a 4 of 9 clip.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from McCollum.
And his shot, I mean, has come around. I mean, for most of the first quarter, it looked like he might be in for a long night.
Rondo dishes to Patterson.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. That free throw good from Patterson. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And Patterson drops them both. 9 seconds left in the second quarter. Lillard outside. 3 seconds left, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
And a close game so far. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to... And that'll do.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Patrick Patterson, he's really playing well.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. The offensive rebound. And George kicks to Zubats. George against McCollum. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Here is Lillard. He's got 5 for the lead. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
He plays with so much heart, McCollum. I mean, he is constantly battling on the court. This time, it's on the glass.
Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback. Zubats has got 6.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And it's Lillard missing. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Jackson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Wow, when Jackson is just crafty down inside, he has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Here's Nurkic, and good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points. Nurkic has got his 3rd basket of the night. Outside, George. And it's Portland with the rebound.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss. He just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
Batum for three. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Jackson against Lillard. That one falls.
Love seeing Lillard work it in close. I mean, he has the skills to convert at a high rate.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a one-point game and stolen by Lillard. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Jackson with it. Lillard picks him up. It's Jackson with the drive. Here's Zubac. Outside for Jackson. Back to Zubac. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Rondo, and it's sent back by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Anthony leading the charge, and it's Anthony with the jam.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Pass to Morris. Kicks it to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
The Trailblazers shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with. Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
The drive by Rondo, and that one is good.
Well, it doesn't have to break stride at all thanks to the money lead pass.
Lillard with no one around. Misses the three.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
Oturu's shot is off. Portland leading, and again, Portland running the court in transition. Here's Anthony, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Anthony's got 8 points.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Outside for Rondo. Inside. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Here's Lillard. From downtown, good on the three-point shot. Lillard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep his D honest.
And so it's Damian. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Good work there as it goes.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here's Oturu. He's guarded by Nurkic.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one is off.
At the line for your Trailblazers, number 21.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Clippers trail by 3. Passes to Kennard. Morris outside. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Coffey. Morris with the ball. He's picked up by Little. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And he banks in the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Rondo passes to Oturu. Rondo with a clean look, and that one goes long. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. It's deflected. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Shoots from the line.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Leonard. That one misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
Here's Jackson. That one off the back iron and out. The Blazers on offense. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Lillard from outside. They grabbed their own miss.
A flat-out bulldog in the paint. Great job to follow his own shot there and get the basket.
Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's something that happens to every team. You just have to ride it out, play your hardest, and live with the results.
Latrey. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Trailblazers.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Lillard.
He hung a big number on the scoreboard, and it wasn't just because he was hot. He did it with movement and tenacity.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. They're on an 18-4 run right now. The pass to McCollum. From deep. Batum grabs the miss. Shoots. The putback. Zubac. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now Jackson. And it's rebounded by Covington. Lillard looking around. Powell kicks to Lillard. Lots of room. It's off. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seems. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but anything not too big of an impact for them.
2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And here's Richardson. Dishes it to Doncic. Porzingis trying to get free.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
On the wing, Jackson. Richardson cover. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got his 2nd basket of the game. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
If you go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships, you know, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. Now, here's Doncic. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Finney Smith passes to Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
Now this is where Porzingis can do the most damage. 7'3". He's got the height. He's going to shoot over just about anybody in the league.
And George, here we go. A steal. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. So it's Richardson with the jam.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. A shot by George, wide open. His three-pointer's off the mark. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Here's Porzingis. Paul George grabs the miss. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers, trailing by 2.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
I'd like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And there's Redick. That's good on the assist by Porzingis.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's his first foul. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Dallas also making a switch. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Powell trying to free himself up. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Clippers trail by 6. Oh, Moore's in position. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. For the finish, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. To end the drought. Patterson can't get it to go.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Here's Redick. Here's Cauley Stein. Outside for Redick. Just 5 on the clock. Tries again. Here's Cauley Stein. And finally they hit one. Cauley Stein's got his second basket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The drive by Rondo. Yes, that goes in.
Well, right now, Rondo just cutting through there with not much effort, and the speed took over.
Thompson with it. Now Hardaway. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Kennard. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
We've got Luke Kennard. Marcus Morris is out there with Paul George, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Patterson in at the center position. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
George dishes to Patterson, and the shot is good.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Brunson against Rondo. Cauley Stein. It's good on the putback.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Tipped away. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. Over Hardaway. Kennard's shot is off.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Rondo looking around. In the corner, George with it. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And the rejection by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard's got the ball. Here's George. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
Leonard against Doncic. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
The drive by Jackson. That one drops for him. Jackson's got 6 points.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Here's Doncic. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Doncic against Leonard. Out to Porzingis. Pass to Kleber. Poked loose. Leonard with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's Leonard. Doncic with the block.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Leonard. No good on that one. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. There will be a subtle but significant change on the court this season. Wilson is now the official basketball supplier for the NBA and its affiliated leagues. In fact, they were the association's original supplier starting in 1946. Now, after a nearly 4-decade hiatus, Wilson reclaims that position. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thank you. Marcus Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
And great steal and look ahead there. Compared to most guys his age, Doncic sees the game at another level.
To halt the run, gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got his first 2 points.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And that one's good, Doncic.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Man passes to Batum. Here's Zubac. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. And that one falls for Cauley-Stein.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
You wonder what the next step is, and for Willie Cauley-Stein, what he's done in the offseason to improve himself offensively. Maybe a few more things in the footwork category will help him out. I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Brunson finds Hardaway. Now here's Redick. Got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They have a 13-point lead. And thanks for joining us.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Doncic feeling it out. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Doncic. 12 points for him. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Clippers trail by 13. And stolen by Richardson. Here's Porzingis, the fast break chance. And they double up Doncic. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Back to Porzingis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on George.
Porzingis showing a little strength down low that time. You can't get upset at the D for being physical with him on that play.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Here's George, and he gets the bucket. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Leonard against Doncic. Passes it to Porzingis. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered closely. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 5 assists in the game. Outside, George. Jackson kicks to Zubats. Jackson passes to Zubats. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And Leonard has it in the corner. It's George on the wing. And he gets it to go. George has got 10.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers, a skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
Kleber finds Doncic. And here's Richardson. And the pass to Kleber. Clock at 6. And here's Porzingis. Zubats defending.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Back to George. Pass to Jackson. George against Doncic. And Paul George again. 12 points for him.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Here's Doncic. Buries it down low. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Here's George. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Well, you'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
Jackson against Brunson. The feed to Cauley Stein. Pass to Melly. Leonard with the steal. Outside, George. Off target with his 3.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Brunson against Rondo. Count that bucket. Brunson's got his 2nd bucket.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Rondo with the ball. Out defended by Cauley Stein. This one for 3. Patterson can't get it to go.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And there it is for him. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something at halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Burke, the pass to Melly. Back to Burke. He feeds it to Cauley Stein. Over Morris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
He's got great activity, does Willie Cauley Stein, and that time the activity helped him to draw a foul.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Right side, George. The putback and the miss. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So for the Clippers right now, Batuma's out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward.
Just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
It's stolen by Rondo.
Oh, great steal. Is there an aspect of this game they haven't controlled? And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Redick kicks to Brunson. Back to Redick. Passes it to Brunson. Left side, Porzingis. Here's Powell. Great D that time from Rondo. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's an 18-point game.
Now, Paul George right now invested fully in this game and on both ends of the floor. Relentless on offense thus far.
Redick passes to Brunson. To the middle. A reverse. And it's Porzingis laying it in. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The drive by Rondo. Redick against George. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Over in the corner, Porzingis. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That is his first foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson, and it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Outside for George. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Doncic passes to Kleber. Floats it up for Doncic. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. Doncic, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Doncic outside. And Doncic throws it down.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
On the wing, Doncic. Leonard with the steal. Here's George. Score the basket. His eighth. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Well, defender just a little too late in reacting. Gets a piece of Paul George, but a piece, that's not enough.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. And that'll be his third foul so far. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Back to Porzingis. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Yeah, Porzingis right through the defense and a sweet dunk from the big man.
Jackson kicks to George. From 8, Porzingis with the block. They get it back. They recover it. And Leonard stays with it. 1:15 left in the game. And here is Doncic. He dishes it to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Shot from 16. Now the pass to Kleber. Kicks it to Richardson. 5 on the clock. Porzingis trying to get free. The shot that time not on target. George with the defensive effort. Clippers with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, kept alive, and that one good.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Los Angeles foul called. Kawhi Leonard. That's his fourth personal.
The first one falls.
Shooting for Dallas. Luka Doncic.
So he gets them both.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
Substitution for the Mavericks.
And so it's Dallas with it. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Brunson the pass to Burke. Outside, Redick, the tray. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through the tunnel.
Well, guys,
You certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. Richardson finds Porzingis, lays it up off the glass. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Here's Doncic, up and in on the layup.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Feeds to Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Shot clock at 5. And then Lillard slams it in.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Doncic outside. And the dunk by Doncic.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries.
Now here's McCollum. And it's off from three-point range. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Finney Smith passes to Porzingis. Another shot. It's Richardson on the wing. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Lillard against Doncic. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now Jones after Enes Kanter's three-pointer that didn't go. Back to Richardson. Shoots the three. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And here's Kanter after Josh Richardson was able to get the triple. Pass to Simons for three. Second chance shot. Kanter's shot is off.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Richardson finds Porzingis. The way up top. The layup off target. Trailblazers trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Now here's Brunson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Powell. Can't hit that one. Excellent D that time from Jones. Anthony, the pass to Simons. Count it.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Brunson. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some real industrial size strength right there.
And that does it for the first quarter. It's Dallas. They're up by. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about.
I know that when the main guy.
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Powell. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5, down low. Outside, Redick dishes to Cauley Stein. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. And And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's Lillard, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defender.
Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff. Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination, nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, you can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
Redick bounce pass. Cauley Stein kicks to Redick. To the left wing. Here's the dish to Cauley Stein. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And Cauley Stein, so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
Porzingis is checked in for the Mavericks. Josh Richardson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Lillard looking around. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. From 12 feet out. No good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And Doncic gets it to go. And now it's an 8-point Maverick lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And it's Lillard again missing.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Anthony against Redick. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Now Lillard. To stop the run, and the layup is up and in. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
So let's see how they play the clock.
Doncic against Lillard, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Lillard outside. No good there. Lillard against Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. It's Redick on the wing from past the arc. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break.
Carmelo, first half in the books. What do you need to...
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside some incredible work in this one by Willie Cauley-Stein. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds. And that...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been one outstanding game from Willie Cauley-Stein.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Norman Powell is out there with Little. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And it's good, 2 points. Simons has got 6.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Porzingis, good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one. And here is Powell. And the 3 off target.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Doncic with it. 10 points for him. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
The wide open shot by Little. Off target from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Now, here's Richardson. Defense right on him. The pass to Cauley-Stein. Doncic left side. And too long on the shot.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Powell.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That doesn't go either for Doncic. To the paint, here's Powell. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Powell's got 6 here in this quarter. Greggy, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Well, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
Pass to Simons. Portland moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Portland needs to get off a shot. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Here's Porzingis with a fast break chance and an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Anfernee Simons.
Boy, Powell showing you great aggressiveness that time, fighting hard to come up with that offensive rebound.
Lillard against Brunson. Lillard, the pass to Canner. And it's McCollum in the corner. Bangs home the trifecta. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Ball's knocked loose. The Mavericks shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That one falls for Brunson. Robert Covington's checked in for Norman Powell. Both shots good from the stripe.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Lillard against Brunson. Launches it. Lillard misses. Mavericks leading by 9. Outside Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
A prolific slasher with some serious bounce. Hardaway Jr. Fun to watch.
Now here's Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Mavericks lead by 10. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. Lillard outside. Nurkic finds Lillard. Off target with his 3.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Porzingis can't hit.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
That's the kind of take charge attitude they want CJ to have. Attack the D at every opportunity.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Pass to Finney Smith. Out to Porzingis. Shoots over Covington. No good off the back of the rim. Trailblazers trail by 10. Jones drives in. McCollum outside. Here's Lillard. Rebounded by Hardaway. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Right wing. Here's Finney Smith. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Lillard the pass to Covington, and the lead is down inside single digits.
Man, I like the guts from Covington there. I mean, definitely getting bodied a little on his shot, but still keeps his focus and gets it to go down.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis, and yes, it's good.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Lillard against Brunson. And Jones has it in the corner. Drills the three-pointer. Jones has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Brunson finds Porzingis. Goes up to the stripe. Portland grabs the miss. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from McCollum.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Brunson the pass to Finney Smith. Back to Brunson. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Brunson. Porzingis at the elbow. Knocked away. Finney Smith kicks to Brunson. Powell the pass to Finney Smith. Hardaway for 3. You can't get that one. And it's Portland the other way. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Lillard with the bucket.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Brunson with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
That's exactly why they turn to Porzingis here, guys. They trust him to step up in big moments.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Down low. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
A different look now for Portland. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Norman Powell subbed in for Jones. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Doncic. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Lillard misses, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Trifecta!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
So a close game sees Dallas taking this. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through.
Los Angeles. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the guard position. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. That's a 2 from Lillard. It's hauled in by George.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber. Oh, okay. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. McCollum against George. It's good on the putback.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Outside Batum. From outside off the mark. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And a wide open look for McCollum. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Jackson drives in to the inside. Nurkic against Zubac. Batum with the ball. Kicks to Leonard. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Nurkic trying to get open. Again, McCollum missing. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Puts it up from 17. Again, the Clippers.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's Lillard. McCollum outside. And the rejection by Zubac.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now, here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Missed inside.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Trailblazers trail by 6. And it's McCollum off the drive and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. For the Clippers, Patterson comes in for Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
One of the more instinctive passes over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
So both teams changing it up here. That free throw good from Patterson. 1:33 left to play in the first. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Powell finds Kanter, and the shot goes in.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Kanter's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
Rondo with the ball. Kanter covering. Rondo's shot is good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. 9-point game. And here we go again. The Clippers on the break. Rondo dishes to Morris. Here's Patterson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Patterson's got 5 now.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. Cantor's shot is off.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Kennard. Nice move. He can't get that one to fall. Excellent D that time from Jones. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. A nice shot by Simons.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Here's Mann. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Makes it off the glass.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Mann in at the shooting guard position.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Rondo looking over the floor. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Rondo's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
And when Rondo is dropping in the mid-range shots, it really opens up the floor for everyone else.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
And McCollum with the block. Pass to Simons. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Now here's Rondo. Not a lot of room. Trailblazers trail by 7. Jones with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists now in this one. Outside Rondo. Inside. Here's Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Quick lick from Patterson makes finishing plays off with a dunk look easy.
Trailblazers have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Simons, the pass to Cantor. And Jones has it in the corner. And here's McCollum for 3. Just 5 to shoot. It's McCollum on the wing. It's good from long range. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
The drive by Rondo. Yep, it counts.
What passion from Rondo on that drive. Just relentless on how he takes it straight to the defense.
Here's Simons. Feeds it to Cantor. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the layup's good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 4.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Cantor against Patterson. Anthony kicks to Cantor. Over to the wing. Lillard against Jackson.
High percentage look for him, but bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Here's George. That one falls. And now a 6-point Clipper lead.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Here's Lillard. Count that bucket. Lillard's got 4 this quarter.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Morris. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Little in for Jones. Now, here's Lillard. Basket counts.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 11 points. 23 seconds left in the first half. The Clippers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation. We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
And the basket by Lillard.
Took him a while to get going, but here in the second quarter, he's found his rhythm.
Jackson drives in. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. An exceptional game plan helped them open with... And that should do it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well, but so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Drains it from beyond the arc. And now it's a 3-point Portland lead.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Nurkic with the block. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Puts it up off the inbound.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Rondo passes to Leonard. Count that one.
I love it, Kawhi. When you have skills from the mid-range, you don't need to force anything.
Zubats against Lillard. The Clippers grab the miss.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority. How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
For the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for Powell.
Kawhi was drafted 15th overall in 2011. If they had a redraft, I wonder what number he would go down.
Now here's Lillard. 16 points for him. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Rondo against Lillard. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. And Portland making a change here. Simons is checked in. Trailblazers leading by 3. McCollum outside, lets it go with a 3. They get it back. Kanter, a beautiful reverse layup. Kanter's got 8 points.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Rondo. He has 6. Rondo is doubled, passes it to Mann. Cuts off the pass. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Jones. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's Mann. Anthony with the block. Here we go, one-on-one. The shot's good from Kanter.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Trailblazers leading by 7. Here's Simons. Down low and stolen by Patterson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Jackson with the basket on the assist from Leonard. He has 6.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 55 seconds left to play in the third. Back to Jones.
You look at Kawhi's work ethic on defense, he's perfected the art.
Here's Jackson, and the basket is good. Now just a 3-point Portland lead.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Kanter's shot is off. The Clippers have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Jackson passes to Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
On the wing, Jones. Out to the wing. Banked in off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 3. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by 3. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the shooting guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And the dunk by Zubac.
And if you're the defender, you have to respect the ability of Jackson to finish. That opens things up for the assist.
It's McCollum with the drive. And the rejection by Zubac. Jackson in the corner. And the dunk by Jackson.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim and then doing something about it when he gets there.
It's McCollum on the wing. Wide open. Offensive rebound.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
The Clippers trail. Outside, George. He feeds it to Batum. And it's good for two.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Outside, Jones. It's McCollum on the wing, defended by George. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
In matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
Now, here is George, and it's George finishing it off.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
Lillard against Jackson from 11 feet away, and the jumper is good. Lillard's got 22.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Here's George. Whoa, hammering it in.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Right side Leonard. And stolen by Lillard. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Big-time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
Outside, George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Robert Covington picks one up. He hits the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. And George drops them both.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Lillard outside. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. For the three, a three-pointer is right on target. He's got 25.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Jackson against Lillard. Nurkic with the block. Lets the three fly. That shot missing. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And George kicks to Jackson.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Powell. Kicks it out to Covington. Lillard from outside. That shot no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Yes!
That's what Jackson's doing right now. Supreme confidence in the clutch.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 23 seconds left in the fourth. Got it!
This is what he's known for. I mean, when it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trail Blazers. He throw good. Damian Lillard.
Huge shots. Tremendous job stepping up in a big way for them at the stripe.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
This is where you want to run a play. Don't just walk it up and heave it.
It's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a three-point game. Powell against Leonard. Powell with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trail Blazers. Yes!
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
And so it's Portland winning this one. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. Now...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. Hot. Hey, Dick.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Releases. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
Well, this is how you shut him down. A tremendous contest against a very skilled player.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
Now, here's Doncic. Porzingis finds Richardson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Shot clock at 5. Kleber, the pass to Porzingis. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. George dishes to Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. The layup missed. Now the Clippers with it. Tries it from 9. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Now here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
George against Richardson. George passes to Zubac. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Porzingis can't hit.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Batum. It's deflected. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Dallas making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Los Angeles. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now here's Rondo. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. The Clippers also changing it up. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. And Morris subbed in for Nicholas Batum. Here's George. After the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. Rondo wide open. Los Angeles with another miss. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Pass to Redick. The 3. That shot off.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Well, you love the tenacity. Paul George cannot be contained when he gets near the tin.
Brunson scanning the floor. Hardaway kicks to Cauley Stein.
I got yours. That's all you.
Doesn't go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's George. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. George has got 6.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Powell finds Brunson. Here's Cauley Stein. Pass to Powell. Here's Hardaway. Defended by George.
Well, let's see the vertical of Mr. Hardaway. Go ahead, sir. Pretty dunk.
Outside Rondo. Outside Leonard. And good that time.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Powell. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Cauley Stein passes to Brunson. It's Powell on the wing. Brunson tipped back in for 2.
What an effort to get the tip in. Just wanting it a little bit more.
Rondo against Brunson. Rondo dishes to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, I think he's known as a pick-and-roll defender, but Patrick Patterson taking advantage on the offensive end. Good timing, good execution.
Here's Hardaway. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
Here's Doncic after the basket by Los Angeles. Left side, Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got 6 points.
Make no mistake, guys, the playmaking ability of Luka Doncic is special. Even at a young age, this guy can pick apart a defense.
Now, here's Kennard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. To the middle. Here's Mann. Nails the baby hook. Mann's got the lead back up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
The 3 for Doncic. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Mann passes to Zubac. Nice D from Porzingis.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Powell hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Mann passes to Jackson. Now here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Doncic. That one, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Batum attacking, passes to Kennard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Porzingis. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Dallas, and the foul called on Porzingis. And that'll be his third foul so far. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. George dishes to Patterson. .158 left in the first half of basketball. Leonard against Redick. Porzingis passes to Brunson. Hangs. Kicks it out to Richardson. The pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, at 7'3", yes, he can dunk. But with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks. He can be special.
Now, here is George. He has 6. The long-distance 3 is buried. George has got 9.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Brunson the pass to Redick. Fires the 3. They get it back. Kicks it out to Richardson. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now here's Leonard. Porzingis with the block. Now here's Redick. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Left side, Porzingis. Back to Redick. Pass to Porzingis. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Very hard to contend with a player with the size and touch and well-rounded offensive game that Kristaps Porzingis has.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. And he uses the glass on the layup. 14 points for him.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the end. There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He had 14. And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Morris. Rajon Rondo is out there with Kennard. And it's Oturu in at the 5 down low.
We are talking about a clever scorer. Luka Doncic has developed such a knack for getting to the free throw line.
And the second free throw, good. The Clippers trail. Rondo scanning the floor. Pass to Oturu. Porzingis with the steal, and it's the Mavericks on the break. Richardson the pass to Porzingis, and the shot is good. Porzingis has got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs.
Oh, that's a good, strong finish. Porzingis not shying away from getting after it.
Morris outside. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Oturu's got his first points in this one.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Doncic finds Porzingis. Here's Finney Smith. It's stolen by Rondo. And now the Clippers on the break. From outside the arc. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dwight Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Richardson. Here's Doncic after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Doncic. Stolen away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
Doncic against Rondo. And that one's good. Doncic.
They are just killing him on the interior.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Rondo. The shot, no good. Nice D from Doncic. Dallas shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Back to Cauley Stein. To the paint. That's good from Doncic on the assist from Cauley Stein. Doncic has got 7 points. Doncic has gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Rondo kicks to Morris. Back to Rondo. On the wing, Morris. Goes up the baseline. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cauley Stein. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Luka Doncic. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Here's man, covered by Redick, and stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Brunson, count it, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And boy, he gets a great jump on the rest of the field there and just leaves them behind.
You love the awareness, the decisiveness. Great job there.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Leonard, he's checked in for Morris. Now here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's the pass to Zubac. And just miss after miss right now. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Here's Cauley Stein. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Cauley Stein's got his second basket.
And really, this is the time to push it. Try to extend that lead.
You know, they can make things much easier on themselves in the fourth if they just have a few more possessions like that.
Now here's Leonard. Over Hardaway. And again, no good by the Clippers. Dallas with the ball. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. Redick with the three. And no good. Clippers trail by 7 and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. It counts and the foul. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis comes in for Cauley Stein. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. George is checked in for the Clippers. Dallas leading by 4. Richardson the pass to Brunson. Back to Richardson. Dallas moving it around. And now the fast break. George with the ball. The three from Leonard. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. The Mavericks have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Patterson's checked in. And George kicks to Batum. Lets it go from 11. And the Clippers miss again. Dallas with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. And stolen by Patterson. Here's George. And he goes right over Dwight Powell and slams it down.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. In the corner, it's Kleba. Richardson outside. Just 4 to shoot. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. On a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Clippers trail by 6. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And they continue to control the glass.
Up top, Porzingis. He's covered by Leonard. In the corner, it's Kleba. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Porzingis. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard attacking. That one drops for him.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
Jackson against Brunson. That one goes. Count it.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Jackson misses.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Richardson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Now Brunson. That one good for 2. And now an 8-point Maverick lead.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Here's George. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Richardson against George. Now here's Kleba. Guarded closer. Porzingis inside. Patterson's there. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, and with his height, it is really hard to affect Porzingis' shot without fouling him. He is a problem for defenders.
On the Mavericks with some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And then for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. First free throw is good. And Richardson drops them both.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
The 3 from George. And here's Leonard from 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The free throw drops for Zubac. And he makes both free throws.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Doncic, bounce pass. Porzingis finds Richardson. Off target from 3-point range. Richardson against George. Porzingis with the steal. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. .158 left in the fourth quarter. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. Doncic against Rondo. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Porzingis.
Boy, Luka Doncic excels in the two-man game. You handle the rock with perfection. Nicely done, young sir.
George dishes to Rondo. Back to George. Porzingis with the block. They retain possession. Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Zubac. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Out to Porzingis from deep. The rebound by Paul George.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
How about Kawhi Leonard? How many guys in the history of their career can say, I was an NBA Finals MVP at 22 and then an NBA Finals MVP at 27? Simply incredible.
Rondo against Doncic. Pop pass to Porzingis. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Richardson against George. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Now Doncic. Three-pointer, 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by Zubac. And here's Los Angeles. Rondo with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. And the Clippers miss again. Well, for the Mavericks, they can just run out the clock. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Dallas again missing. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And George with the stuff.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Here's Finney Smith. It drops. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have